Wrong one.
Like batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Here, ready to move out.
The purpose of our 2 previous encounters is now very clear to me. I do not intend to be distracted by another. Good night, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Enjoy them as much as any bloke. But in the spirit of commemoration, whereby those important events of the past, usually associated with someone's death or the end of some awful bloody struggle, are celebrated with a nice holiday, I thought we could mark this November the 5th, a day that is sadly no longer remembered, by taking some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak.
Let me think.
I suspect even now orders are being shouted into telephones and men with guns will soon be on their way.
It's time for that.
Damn it. Why? Because while the truncheon may be used in lieu of conversation, words will always retain their power. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this country, isn't there?
You designed it, sir. You wanted it foolproof. You told me every television in London.
Cruelty and injustice, intolerance and oppression. And where once you had the freedom to object, to think and speak as you saw fit, you now have censors and systems of surveillance coercing your conformity and soliciting your submission.
We need cameras.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror.
There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you. Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. I'll never join you! If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. Is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth?
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
We move south to find Navia.
Let Crixus and the other Gauls chase lost hope. Spartacus!
The decision's been made. We must stand as one. Or fall divided. A lesson hard learned. Shackle will be struck from every slave upon our path. We will see our numbers grow. And when they have become legion, we will face Glaber and the hordes of Rome again. And the gods shall weep for their suffering.
Beep, beep.
I'll sing right. Defy me once and I'll be out of sight. Hey, don't look back and fly. I'll keep living life. It's the last day of my life. Don't make me stay and think I'll be nice. I'd rather fight and be the one you despise. Hey, don't look back and fly. I'll keep living life. It's the last day of my life. Trying hard to pull me through the fearing that I slip away. Noticing you're left with nothing, hunting but a memory. Hey, don't look back and fly. I'll keep living life. It's the last day of my life. Don't look back and fly. I'll keep living life. It's the last day of my life.
All right, kids, welcome to another exciting. Hey, stop that! Here we go. Fucking up already. Actually, we're gonna play that later. Welcome to another exciting episode of the original Red Pill Show. Today is Saturday, January 23rd, 2021. This show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please use it at your own risk. This show is copyrighted by me and Freedom Revolution Network. No part of it can be reused, rebroadcasted in any way, shape, or form without our written consent. You can just ask. Finally, this show is opinionated. Opinions, let's see. What the fuck do I say? I just woke up. So sorry about that. This show is opinionated. Opinion should never be taken as advice. If you are seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you. That's not what I say, though. The hosts, especially callers, 815. No, don't call tonight. Get an interview. Guests, people that are naughty in the chat room, are and always will be opinionated under no circumstances whatsoever. There it is. Should opinions be taken as advice? If you're seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you to hire a licensed if required person in his or her field, little Tommy. Hey, man, all the shit's working. Hopefully. No, that's his name, broadcasting live from an undisclosed location in Florida, where it's 70 and sunny, so you all can go fuck yourself. Okay, so what's going on tonight? We have an interview with the band Edge of Paradise, Margarita, Monet, and Dave Bates, guitar player. Margarita is the lead singer. I've interviewed her twice. Actually, her twice, Dave once. This will be the third time. Always a good time. And I'll be calling in. She'll be calling in shortly, I hope, until I asked her to call in at 9:15. That'll be 4 minutes. So within that time, I'm going to bring our co-host on, Dwayne, or he's going to bring himself on.
What's up, guys?
You sound like Fat Albert.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
So I know you're excited about this, right? So we're just going to literally wait for the phone to ring.
Dude, I am so excited about this. I've been listening to their music on YouTube. The singer has an amazing voice, guys. If you have not listened to the band Edge of Paradise, please go over to YouTube and check their music out. They are amazing. I've been listening to them for literally the past 30 minutes on my computer.
I started listening to them again in their new album Universe, and I got a couple favorite songs I want to talk to them about and ask them what the whole idea behind the song was and stuff. So it should be good. She's a sweetheart. She's so humble. She's so high energy, and Dave just like a real low key, real cool guy. So they complement each other when you talk to them. So it's just real chill. Really chill interview. I love them both. They're great.
You know what? Let me shut my phone up before it keeps dinging during an interview.
Ding, ding, ding.
Sorry, that was my buddy texting me saying he's on his way. Son of a bitch. Catch me in the wrong time in the middle of a freaking interview. I ain't leaving it. Screw you.
I'll probably keep her on for an hour because, well, they're in LA, so it's 6 o'clock there. So all fucking night. But.
Right. No, and just a little bit of good news for everybody in case y'all see that I somehow disappear over the next course of a month. I got a new job.
Yeah, that's cool. Congratulations.
I'm disappearing for a month.
Oh,
It's about damn time I get back into society.
I'm going to announce this. I stopped simulcasting the show on Podbean and flipped over to Spreaker.com. So for people that have used Podbean like yourself, you won't get no more alerts. So you have to download the app off of Apple. What is it? Store? What the fuck is it? Google Play Store and then Apple.
Do you have a Samsung or an iPhone? Do you have a Samsung or iPhone?
I have an iPhone.
Yeah, yep, I should. So what is it called? Spreaker?
Yep, Spreaker. Spreaker. There's an app.
Spreak.
Okay.
Spreaker podcast, podcast apps. Free podcast app. I got it.
The main reason why I flipped over there is because I can play my music without getting it altered, because every time I play music it sounds god awful and I'm sick of it. So I either don't play music, what?
I realize that because even when we play our guitar in there, dude, it sounded like complete shit.
Yeah, and that's the main reason, because it's too frustrating and aggravating, and I have permission, and when I play my guitar, and like you said you do, there's some algorithm that picks up music and it just distorts it, and it's irritating as fuck.
I've been in Facebook, hit a couple of your shows. I'm like, we have permission from the fucking owner to use this shit. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
Mute, and we get unmuted because of the fact that we have written permission. And I put your name in the complaint too with your show number, going like, here, call.
Oh, thank you. Questions. Yeah, just what I need. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, you're the one with written consent.
No, that's Scarlett.
For your music that you use?
Oh, for mine? Oh yeah, no, I know. No.
God, I don't know how many battles I've been in like a couple months ago.
It's not worth the fight. It's like, forget it. I'm gonna.
No, because I get it back within literally 30 minutes. It gets unmuted.
Yeah, well, unmuted's different from distorted.
No, it just gets muted for like.
Oh, the episode?
Yeah, just a part of the music, but then they unmute it.
Oh, okay.
Because Facebook, because nobody is in there on, doing the Facebook thing like last night, dude. I got logged out like 5 different times.
Really?
They were logging people out left and freaking right.
Just because they're playing music.
No, it's because there was a issue with Facebook's algorithm, dude. They were deleting profiles, logging people out.
Big shocker.
So I'm like, I'm not surprised.
Well, she should be calling any minute. LA is 3 hours behind us, right? Because I looked on the computer.
Yeah, LA is 3 hours behind us, so you should have told her 6:15 your time, not 9:15.
That's exactly what I told her. No, I told her 6:15 her time.
Okay, hold on. Let me unlock my phone to make sure we're right, so I can just say, "Okay, Google."
What time
is it
in LA?
Okay, Google. What time is it in LA, LA? No, not Los Angeles, California. 6:17.
There you go. So last time I had to call her on her cell phone, but I don't have it in my new phone, and I'm not going to do that.
Oh no, Tim.
What?
You lost her number. Well, because you lost your phone.
No, I have it in my drawer. I just got to charge it. It's just sitting there. I did transfer all. There she is.
Oh, there it goes.
Yep, there she is. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Margarita, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. We're just sitting here counting the seconds, waiting for you to call in. That's how excited we are.
Oh.
I have my co-host. Dwayne on here too. So if you hear another voice, that's him.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, and thanks for having me. Dave is here too. He's just, guitaring as always.
Is he noodling while he's listening, and then he's going to jump in because that's what guitar players do usually?
He's gonna jump in. We're trying to have to go to the studio tomorrow to give that files for a song. So he's just doing some finishing touches on the solo, but he's here.
Awesome. Well,
hey, Dave.
Okay.
How's it going?
Hey, Dave. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Happy belated birthday, sir.
Appreciate that, man.
He's 1 year younger.
1 year young. How does that work? How do you figure that
out? Fucking Tim.
No, that's how time works in Edge of Paradise, going backwards.
Must be that spaceship time machine you guys got in your video or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I want elaboration on that video, the one Alone. By the way, Alone is I'm pretty sure that's my favorite song off the album.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's so like people have different favorite types of songs, and like each song is a little different. So I can see why you like Alone. And a lot of people like Fire, and then a lot of people like Universe. And then, so there's like a song for everyone. But yeah, Alone is one of my favorites too. I'm glad you like it.
Electrify's got me a little bit. I can't figure it out yet because that's what I do. I analyze music and everything like that. But the vibe off Electrify is different. I like that too. I like that song.
Yeah. If you like Alone, I think you're really going to like the title track of the new album because it's kind of like, it's very, very moving song, but it's just it's very different. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear it. Hopefully.
Do you know what? Listening to your guys' music, Tim introduced me, I think it was like 2 months ago, Tim, you introduced me to their music. And just hearing them, like I can tell there's different emotions to each, to each song you guys do.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. The emotion's not the same in each one.
Yeah, no, you're right. And, we try to do that. And yeah, like on the new album, I think you're really going to hear that as well. But then, there's that kind of a otherworldly theme throughout the whole, the band, I guess. So, yeah, we're excited. And it means a lot that you say that because, we definitely try to aim for that.
Well, what's the concept of the album universe? Because is it like the outer space? And I mean, or is that just up to us to figure out the concept
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean, it's a
album?
little
Or
bit of both. You know, there's not really a concept. The concept is that, you know, we try to take the listener out of the real world for a little bit and kind of teleport them into our dimension and just kind of make it all about the music and, you know, take a journey through the emotion. And even though the theme, you know, the songs and kind of themes, they are kind of, you know, a little bit outer space and, you know, otherworldly, the emotion is very human and very, you know, down to earth. It's like what we feel and go through every day. So the songs are relatable, but it's kind of like taking it to another level, a little bit, you know, outside our normal everyday lives. And, you know, that's what we wanted to be at the show too, for people, you know, when they come, just kind of forget the world for a moment and just kind of, you know, dive into the music and really, you know, take a journey through, you know, our universe. So, yeah.
very cool. I know Dwayne's really. I can just sense he wants to ask you a barrage of questions. First of all, before I let him go, at you. I'm not going to say anything, but he loves your voice. I have been plugging Edge of Paradise every time I do my show.
Oh, thank
God, you play a song by you play this.
We really appreciate it.
You
What
play
was
the
it?
same song every show.
Yeah, I know it. But what did you say, Margarita? I'm sorry.
No, I just said, you know, thank you so much for doing that. And like these days, we haven't been online as much as we're usually, just because we're focusing on finishing the new album. So I really appreciate that you kind of keep spreading the word about us, because it's really important to us. You know, you kind of, you know, keep the ball rolling until the new album comes out. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome. How old is Universe now?
1 year.
That's it, and you're already working on it. Well, is that probably because of COVID-19 and you guys are locked down and all that? So you just put your energy into the album and say, "Fuck it." Sorry.
Oh man, we made the best album. I think these gonna be like the best songs probably I'll ever write in my entire life. We wrote in 2020, so the album is done. We're just kind of finishing the production of it, and I can tell you a story about that because we kind of signed to this new thing, and yeah, I mean, we can talk about that. I have a lot to tell you. We had a lot of changes, but it's all really exciting.
Is there, Dave will probably pop in on this one. Is there just at least, I'm not complaining. I love the band. You know all this stuff. I'm not, you guys are just so, what would be your opinion of the genre of the band and then your music that you come out? Because where I'm getting at is I'm still waiting for like a rock-based minor pentatonic scale where Dave just rips the shit out. Not that he doesn't. This is not a negative comment. Out of that guitar.
No, I know.
You know, I mean, just a rock in your face, blasting like, you know, take this thing and shove it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He can play some right now, actually. But yeah,
Oh,
so the songs on the new album, how should I describe it? I mean, you know, we're definitely a rock band, but it's a lot more cinematic. It's almost like each song you're gonna watch a movie like Interstellar or like, you know, one of those you know, big movies. So every song is very thought out. It's very catchy. Like it's very melodic. It's heavier than the last one.
Yes.
Really, it has a lot of heavy guitars, and it's another, like, we're really lucky right now because we got signed to Howard Benson's label and we were able to record guitars in a studio, you know, as long as we needed to, and we just got amazing guitar sounds. And just, you know, the songs are a lot more cinematic and epic and meaningful and moving, and every one of them is like a mini movie. So That's how I can describe. And yes, so some of the songs have really cool solos. Some of the songs are more, it's just more kind of, I don't know how to say, just kind of like a story. But yeah, there's a little bit of everything. So
I love the solo and alone. It's more like, and of course there's a video with it, and I'll ask you that, and then I'll let Dwayne start asking his questions to you. But I love the solo and alone. It's more like an arpeggio though, the way that Dave plays it, and I'm like, oh my god. I mean, it's hard to explain. I love this album though because, and I said this to you last time I interviewed you guys. I really think that Edge of Paradise has finally gotten their tone and their sound to where they want it. Is that true? And does that carry into the new album?
yeah, to a new level, definitely.
To a new level?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Tim's look.
Actually, did you hear I posted a little clip a few days ago because we just shot a music video in the desert a few days ago, last weekend. I think that's why I told you we had to reschedule because we were out in the desert filming a video. But I posted a clip of just like the ending of the title track, The Unknown. So you can take a listen to it. It's actually not going to be the final mix. It's just kind of like almost a demo, but you can tell what I mean if you listen to it.
Do you have
So
it?
I don't know if you have to see it.
Are you gonna play it? Really?
Tim, how did you miss?
Well,
Shh, let her talk. Are you gonna play it or?
well, you can hear it. It's on Twitter.
Oh, you put it. Oh, I didn't see that.
Tim, how did you miss that?
Yeah, like when you post videos, for some reason they don't show up as much as photos. Same thing with Instagram. I don't know what's up with the algorithm. Like all across Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter,
Don't.
the little video.
You do not want to go there with me. I am so pissed off that all these algorithms and everything, and like you've given me permission to use your music, and when I play it, there's an algorithm that all of them pick up except we're doing the show on Spreaker now, which I just flipped all the stuff over today. So you guys are the first show on Spreaker.com with this interview, and I did a test, and there's no algorithm or nothing messing with Spreaker to alter the sound of the music at all.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my God. Even when I play guitar, it messes it up. And I'm like, well, this is sorry, Margarita. This is because she's so sweet. I don't think she swears at all. But this is bullshit because I'm playing the guitar. It's my music, and I can't even do that for my listeners without some algorithm kicking in because it senses music.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, don't get me started either, because then you all this crazy time and money on making the song sound, on mixing and mastering, and then like when it goes to iTunes, all goes out the window because they compress it. Like actually, Spotify keeps the quality, but iTunes just compresses everything. So, yeah.
Are you guys on Spotify?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're on all the streaming. And go ahead, Margarita. Go ahead.
Bro, I'm going there now.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell? How did I not know?
Oh, they're on all of them, and they also make their own videos. And I did see you guys in the desert on Twitter.
Yeah, because I pulled it up.
No. Earlier, that's how I met these guys, was on Twitter. So I was following them, and I saw that, and I was going to ask though, where does Dave plug his guitar in the middle of the desert? So I'm seeing all this stuff, and I'm like, how the fuck did he do all this? Are you guys like lip syncing? Well, you would be obviously, but are they fake playing air guitar shit when they play their song? How did they do that?
Music video, of course. How else?
Well, I know that's why I'm saying it, because I'm like, that's got to be so hard to do.
Well, yeah, of course. Otherwise, there's no way really to plug anything in.
No,
I mean, yeah, they had generators, but
yeah, but
we're not recording the sound anyway. So.
Right. But it looks like you guys are playing, obviously. But the drummer's playing though, right? He doesn't need.
Yeah, the drummer is playing.
Yeah,
and it's pretty loud.
I'm sure. Yeah, your videos are phenomenal, and I'm so glad, because I go back when MTV first came out. I was old enough to see it, and I was just floored when all these music videos, when MTV actually played music videos, and it just takes me back to that in high school, and I would not stop watching the television. And your guys' videos are awesome. I'm so glad you still do that.
Oh, thank you. Well, this one was actually the first, like the new one we just filmed. It was the first big production for us because before we did everything ourselves, and this one we got to work with a filmmaker, Scott Hansen, and there was a big crew, and like he really got the vision, and that's why like I was, really excited for this album because we're able to create stuff on much bigger level. So it's going to be like a mini movie. So you're going to have mini movie songs and some like, kind of like short films, videos with it. So pretty excited.
The Alone video is awesome. I probably watched it 50 times.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's actually that song is actually in my YouTube playlist. It's in my workout playlist. And I don't know why, but when I work out, I can literally just listen to this song and just kind of escape like whatever's going through your head and just fall into the music.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I can see what it can be in a workout playlist because it's very upbeat. Yeah, that's a really fun song to play live as well. So I'm glad you like it. Thank you.
So now I do have a question for you.
I was just going to turn it over to you. Okay, go ahead. Ask away. Watch out, Margarita. Here he comes. Watch out.
Well, I got questions for you and David too. So I listened to your music. Like, so when did you start singing? Because that's like, I listened to like your runs and like how you have great control of your breath, like when you're singing. And it's just like, where did you learn to sing like that is my first question.
Oh, thank you. Actually, I didn't really learn singing because I never thought I'd be singing in a band or anywhere. I played piano my whole life. And then I started singing actually on our first album, Mask, like 10 years ago. And I played piano my whole life. So I had like choir class, but nothing serious. And I think really what helped me is like, whatever I heard in my head that I wanted the song to be like, I just had to figure out how to do it with my voice. And kind of having that mindset that you don't have any limitations, you just kind of figure out how to do it. And eventually, your voice gets better and you get more, you're able to do more. So I think just over this 10-year period of time, I definitely evolved just because, and I think, mindset is really important because a lot of the time people hold themselves back. It's like, if you think you can't do something, you're really not going to try. So, whatever the song needed, I'm just like, I got to figure it out. So that's kind of how it happened.
Right. And like, that's the one thing, that, since Tim's been, I've been talking about Tim with you guys ever since he introduced me. And I want to be honest, if it wasn't for Tim, I would have never started listening to the Edge of Paradise, but I was listening to a show a couple months back. Actually, God, it's been almost a year ago. Holy crap, Tim beginning a lockdown.
Yeah.
It's like when I first, got introduced to Tim, I kept asking, who is this band you keep playing before the beginning of your shows? I want to listen to it. My phone wasn't picking it up. And I went to Tim going like, who, excuse my language, who the hell is this band? And holy shit.
Aw, that's cool. Thanks, Tim.
Of course. And he's a millennial, so we got you in the, well, I'm not going to say nothing mean, but we got that generation for you, though. The millennials are trying to turn you on to them.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm a millennial.
Yeah, you do. What's that? Aren't you? How old are you? When were you born?
I'm 23. I was born in 98.
Oh, that's close enough. All right, he's a pre-millennial. Fuck, I don't give a sorry.
I'm like, ouch, Tim.
Yeah, he's still a youngin'.
Dude, when I blare Edge of Paradise, dude, my son will start dancing. My son's a millennial.
Well, yeah. He's what?
He's 2. My
2.
son's considered a
There you go.
millennial.
Mhm.
And he will just sit there, dance, screech, and it's like I found music that one is appropriate for my kid to listen to, kid appropriate music to listen to when I have my child around. But 2, it's like, I just really love the way that the emotions come through the song.
Oh, thank you.
You know,
That's awesome to hear.
so my next question is how long has Edge of Paradise been together?
Yeah, so we started in 2011, but really it took us a few years to get going. And, for me, Universe is probably our, like Tim said, the album that really showcases, it defines our sound. Yeah, but, we've been going for a while now, and we toured a lot. We toured Europe and Japan and US, and we were about to go on another tour with Hammerfall when this whole lockdown happened. But now, like, we might go on tour with 3 Days Grace soon, so I'm pretty excited.
What?
Wow.
That is amazing.
So, that's what I was going to tell you about is, so when we were recording the new album, we worked with Mike Plotnikoff, and Mike recorded our Universe album. So, we're on Frontiers Records, and Frontiers are based in Italy. So as we were recording the album, Mike, I wanted to record the first song, and Mike's like, hey, I have Neil here. Neil is the drummer of 3 Days Grace. So can you just kind of listen in and he produced a band and he wants to be a part just of this song. I was like, yeah, sure, it'd be interesting. So Neil really liked the band, and he was like, I'm going to be involved in all of the songs. So we started recording all of the songs, and Neil is in Canada, and he kind of tunes in on FaceTime, and he has like this whole technology set up where he can hear exactly what we're hearing in real time. So he can hear the studio mix in his house up in Canada. So it actually works really well because it's just like he's in the room. So, we recorded all 10 songs with him being involved. And then he's like, this album is so great. I have a label with Howard Benson. Howard Benson has been around for forever. He produces all 3 Days Grace and bands like My Chemical Romance and Avril Lavigne and
I love her.
Breaking Bench. Yeah, everybody.
Oh, that's a good band too.
So,
oh my God.
Yeah, so they started a new label, so it's Howard Benson and Neil, and it's called Judge and Jury Records. So they're like, we'd like for you guys to be on our label. So they had to negotiate with Frontiers, and that took a few months. That was a stressful time because, of course, we wanted it to work out. But it's complicated, because now we're on 2 labels. So we're going to be, they're going to represent us in US, and Frontiers has the rest of the world. So now I'm recording all the vocals with Howard to the songs. And, they just kind of took over the production, and it really elevated us to a new level. And then, once things open up, 3 Days Grace, since, he's involved, we're just waiting for tours to come back around. So I don't want to, I don't have any dates or any, particular time yet, just because of the state of the world. But, we're hoping, in the summer, things will start opening up. So either at the end of the year, or at the beginning of the new year, next year. So we'll just see when. But that's where kind of, where the band is right now. So we're excited.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
So my next question is, and I guess this is more kind of directed towards David here for a minute, but it's also a question for you. You too.
Right.
So, all right. So this first question is, David, One, how long have you been playing the guitar? Because you make me jealous when I listen to your guitar playing. I'm just gonna be quite frank, honest, and Tim says the same thing sometimes.
Yeah, it's been a while, like 25 years.
125. Yeah.
I mean, been playing since I was young.
What do you primarily play, if you don't mind me asking? Like, what brand?
I mean,
guitar.
Yeah, I have a bunch of different guitars, but I like to play all different types of stuff. Whatever guitar is good at the moment. Like, I like interesting music and studying all different stuff. But the guitars that I use now are 7 strings. I got the Granger guitar they built for me, and I have a Jackson. There's a couple guitars that we use for this.
But yeah, I guess like he grew up playing Van Halen and like Black Sabbath. And, yeah, he came from more of a metal background.
Yeah, all the great guitar players in 80s, 90s.
He likes Steve Vai.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, yeah. Good. Passion and Warfare is an excellent album.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're playing guitar, and I can hear you playing right now, it's just I love his playing. Like I'm not gonna lie, I get jealous when I listen to your guys' song and he just starts going off the freaking charts. But okay, so here's my question: is like when you play guitar, like how do you? So like with a lot of your guitar playing, it sounds like a lot of emotions compacted into one. Like how do you get that sound of like that emotion when you play?
Well, you have to play a lot of, like, for the songs. I try to play for the song, and then to try to find out what the emotion of the song is, and then you search for the parts until it feels like something that fits really good. And then you can really put something into it. There's got to be a really good fit. If you just try to put any parts together, it doesn't come out that way.
He curses a lot at the computer until he.
There's a lot of exploring. There's a lot of,
Threw him under the bus.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because he played all the bass on the Universe as well, and that took a while just because bass is very different. You take a string and it can, like, the way the string warbles, it can sound out of tune, and it's just like not the right sound. So he can like play one note 100 times until it records right, because everything is so, everything picks up every single detail. So recording is, it's a whole another thing, because it has to be so, the sound of it has to be perfect in a way, but imperfect at the same time, so the emotion doesn't get lost. So it's just a lot of time and aggravation.
Right. So my next question is, what key do you normally play in, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. Well, it's sometimes different. What key are most of our songs in? I would say C minor.
No, they move around a lot. It's hard to say because the songs, we tried to not make them in the same keys, but it depends on where the chorus is. So it's more about where the vocals sit. So if her idea, is in a certain key, then we have to go that way.
Yeah, like I never really think of that, but now thinking like how I would play them on the piano, a lot of them are either C minor or B flat. But yeah, it always depends. Nobody ever asked me that.
Right. No, because the only reason I'm asking is because as a guitarist, it's like you only, like some guitarists only plays in certain keys, or, they capo it down to, to a different range. But so I guess really that's my thing is like, is like, God, Tim, like what the hell am I trying to say? Like, you would understand what I'm trying to say here.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead, Margarita. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, and that's like part of the reason he curses at the computer a lot, is because like my idea starts in like a key that a guitarist would be really difficult to play. He like sits and tries to figure out how the hell to play it on the guitar, and that's why like we use 7 strings and we use 6 strings just because the songs are all over the place. And he tuned like he plays in drop D tuning. But right, like drop D tuning on which guitar?
Well, no, we use 7 strings tuned down a whole step, but the keys move just because we don't want to be stuck repeating anything, and it's a limited vocabulary already. So we try to not play what's easiest, which is sometimes unfortunate, but the stuff that would be easiest to play, which was the stuff I practice all the time, doesn't always suit the song either. So moving keys around is a good thing for the song, I think.
Right. Have you ever capoed any of the songs you've played?
No, never capoed. But you know what we do use a lot? We use a low octave. So sometimes, like he did it on some of the new songs, it would just be open notes, but we would have a low octave, just play octaves and use, those low octave pedals. So it sounds really thick, but it's very clean sounding. So it's not really chords.
So it's like a harmonizer, but you have it set for octaves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and it just depends. And then like on top of that, he has a lot of guitar layers, just kind of melodies. Like if you see our tracks, we have like 15 layers of guitar, like 15 layers of keyboards, like sounds and a bunch of vocals. So yeah, that's why it just, for us, it takes a long time to make a song. Yeah.
Right. That's what I was just going to ask. How long has it taken you, like, on a single song to get it done?
For Universe, it took us about 1 song a month, just because, like, we were able to, we took our time, and then we did some touring in between. Yeah, but I would say on average 1 song a month. But for this one, we kind of, like, now they want us in the studio every single day. So it's a lot faster just because we're working on it 24/7. But like even right now, like 1 song, we keep coming back to it just because, there's more and more layers to fix or to add or to take away. It's like a headache. But yeah, now we're singing all the songs, so I can't even tell you. But we've been making the album all year. So.
Wow.
That is amazing.
A lot of work to go. That's why I love interviewing musicians, because these guys and ladies are like business owners, and you have no idea what goes into just composing and writing a song and arranging it. And then like Dave is sharing, trying to figure out a solo, which I've done once, and I was pissed too. I was yelling. I'm like, what the fuck? What key is this in? And it's like you're trying to figure it out. It's not even in that key. And then you just start playing stuff that fits, and then it falls together. But nobody has any idea how much hard work that goes into just one song. Just one song.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
Oh no, I think we're completely crazy to do that. But
Jeez, you know what? I would agree with that comment, because anybody that goes into their own business has to be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're in the music industry, which you seem to, I'm going to say some real nice things to you. So just get ready. So you are like so sweet and kind, and you're always giving off this positive vibe, and you're just in a crazy business that's always challenged by letdowns and depression and drug use and all this stuff and alcoholism and that crap. I mean, how do you keep that attitude in that industry and what you do?
Yeah, that's an interesting point, because nobody really, people talk about it, but well, for us, like, I'm lucky that, I found Dave, and we kind of balance each other really well. Like sometimes, we're all human. If I get let down, like, he's there to support, or the other way around. So we kind of keep each other going. But like, Dave is I'm really surprised. Like, he never gets let down by anything. He just kind of plows forward. And I think that's really important to realize with musicians, is because like, yeah, it's easy. Like, you know, doors are always going to slam in your face, and it's easy to just kind of get beat down by that. But if you really focus on the music and you kind of believe in what you're doing and you're going into it being aware that it's not going to be an easy ride, then a lot of good things happen to you, and all the bad things lead to something greater. Like, now that I look back, every letdown that we had actually led us to something that elevated the bands down the road. So you never know what door is going to slam in your face that makes you turn another way and open like a good door. You know what I mean?
Right. You know, it's like whatever door shuts on you, you know, you don't know if another door is real, you know, if a bad door like slams right in your face, you know that down the road a door is going to prevail open because of that one bad mistake or that one bad, just like whatever it is.
Yeah, and you know, like recently some people said, like, you know, you guys are lucky, you know, you're working with this or, you know, doing that. And, you know, luck has nothing to do with it. Like, if people knew how much work we put into it, they would know that there's no luck involved at all. It's, you know, you just kind of have to keep doing it, and you build a fan base one fan at a time. And, you know, we live in a world where numbers count. And now that, you know, people see that our music, you know, people do listen to it, then more doors open. But you just have to really believe in what you're doing, and, you know, it will catch on, because if you believe in it, somebody else will, and then somebody else will share it with somebody else. So you just, you know, and you really do have to be smart, because, like, we learned a lot of harsh lessons. There's a lot of people out there to rip you off, or, you know, a lot of things that are not worth your time. Like, you know what we used to do? We used to try to do everything at once. We used to try to go play shows, record, tour, you know, make videos all at the same time, and we were very scattered. And what we found is more effective is just to focus on one thing at a time, make an album, make a video, and then have a tour lined up and release the album when you have a tour. And that's just, you know, how all the big bands do it, just because it works. You know, if you have an album and you don't have any shows lined up, it's not really going to work. So you really have to be smart how to, you know, line everything up and release stuff, and, you know
right.
I'm going with it. It's a lot of different elements have to come together.
Right, and that's what I was just getting ready to say too, is now, okay, so I'm going to ask this on air for a minute. So am I allowed to use one of your guys' songs on a show I do? Like, as an intro?
Please do, yeah.
Better not be mine.
Which song do you use again?
I use different ones. I don't know. I flip back and forth to what I was using Hollow for a while, but then I used Alone. I'm using Alone right now. So
I'm not gonna touch that one then.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and right, you know, and the
end of Fire would be cool.
Fire?
Yep. Yeah, the end of that song kind of takes off.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and the one thing you said though too is like when you and David said, when you're sitting there writing your music, and I found this out. You know, it's like even Tim said, when you're sitting there and trying to compose a song together.
Ugh.
Like, so how do you do? So my question is, like, when you're sitting down writing a song, composing it, how do you deal with that frustration, that anger, and when you just, excuse my French here again, like when you just want to scream, "Fuck this, I'm done."
Well, first of all, we never write together, because that would end in explosion.
Oh, there. Now we're getting into some.
we would like kill each other probably. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we never write at the same time. Every song starts differently. Sometimes I start with an idea. Yeah, we always work at a different time. I like to like sit at night and just kind of have the idea come and just to write on the keyboard, then put some drums on it, and then I leave. And then I told Dave, this is the song I want to work on, like, and then he put the guitars on it. And then we just go back and forth until the song is complete, not complete, but has some arrangement to it. And then we take it to Mike, to the producer. And then as I record vocals, we change it up a little bit. And then we have a really clear idea of what the song is. And we take it back home. Then Dave works on it, and I work on it, and we'll go back and forth. And we'll go back to the studio and we record the whole thing. The drums go first, then guitar, then bass, and I do all the keyboards at home. And then now, I'm going back to Howard's and redoing all the vocals. So that's kind of our process.
Right. That you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. I couldn't do that because I was talking to Tim about helping me with the song for my wedding, and now you just gave me an idea. Don't sit there and do it with them at the same time, because and that's the thing I've learned about being a musician. Is you never ever sit down and write a song together, because you guys will either one end up ruining your friendship. Two is I've had this happen before. And you just get annoyed with that person quickly because it's like you have two clashing ideas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you come up with the lyrics? Do you hear the music first and then the arrangements, and then this things start popping in your head? And is it from past I don't want to say past lives, but a past experience in your life, and you go, oh, and then all those emotions come out and you put it into the song? Or how do you do that?
Well, yeah, it's always kind of at the same time. I never have a song written and then I do vocals. It's like I hear notes and then I already have a word for it, and then it happens at the same time, And then the I would say actually the sound of the note inspires the words, because whatever the music makes me feel is what I want to talk about, or whatever the song is starting to sound like, because if a song sounds like this and then I want to try to sing about dogs, but the song's about cats, it's not going to make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, kind of one thing inspires the other. But yeah, all the songs are definitely from what I've experienced, not necessarily experienced, but based on the emotion that I felt before, but kind of elevated. I always want to go to another planet, so everything I feel take it to another planet. So whatever I go through in this world or in this reality, I kind of elevate it to something that's larger than life, but it's rooted in really in something that we all go through, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. So do you meditate and then go as far as astral project and visualize all this stuff, and then you come up with the story and the words? Or...
That'd be a cool story.
But that's what it sounds like you're saying, but that's why I'm asking, because I can't even comprehend that, Margarita. I don't even know how the hell you do that. That's amazing.
I always kind of I just growing up, I used to daydream a lot, and I still do. I was always kind of in my own world. I don't know. I always had this. Maybe it's weird, but I always had this kind of want to explore other worlds, or just kind of always need or yearn for something larger. And I guess music for me is just kind of that escape where I can go into that different dimension or whatever. I'm definitely, if you ask me what my favorite movies are, I would say like sci-fi or like something like Star Wars.
You're a sci-fi chick. Oh my god, there's not too many of them out there.
Yeah, I mean, I like everything that's like larger than, like, you know, Interstellar is one of my all-time favorite movies. I love Inception. You know, movies like
Good
that.
movie.
Yep, great movie.
Yeah.
You know, so here's my question for David. David, how on average, how long does it take you to put something together on a guitar for a song?
Well, this song's taking up forever.
Yeah, it depends on the song.
Yeah.
Some take a long time. It depends on how long it is too, you know. Depends on the vibe. Sometimes it comes natural.
Yeah. Sometimes
Ooh, that sounds like a Strat. What are you playing? That
yeah.
sounds good.
Play that real quick.
this is a Jackson.
Ah.
It's I'll send you a video of him playing. You can just see later.
I would love to
But
see
it's
that.
cool guitar with like these green stripes on it.
It's burnt ash. Cool.
Burnt ash. Yeah, I think I posted it on Instagram. I mean, on Twitter. Yeah.
Nice.
Bro, so with Alone, because Tim plays at every show and I'll sit here and just listen to it. How long did it take you to compose the guitar part for Alone?
Well, I mean, it took a while to practice it, but I just followed the chords. So once the chords were there, I already had the pattern.
Yeah. I would say about a week, but then it took a while to record it.
But yeah, I mean, once the chords were there, it was already I just followed the chords for that. So with arpeggios, you can just follow the chords, and it's kind of simple if you go that way. But you have to practice the technique a lot before you can do it.
Is that what you did in Alone? Because it sounds like arpeggios you're playing on that.
Yeah, I just sweep pick the chords.
It's really cool.
But yeah, it kind of fits the song. So
it's really
what does that mean? Sweep picking. I'm so confused. You guys got me lost.
Well, that's like I think Van Halen called it fan picking. You just pick, you push the pick down as if you're pushing a broom. It's just all the same angle. You don't want to fight the string. So it's as if you were pushing a broom. I guess you're sweeping. You're not pushing into the floor and trying to smash the thing. You just got to gracefully slide across the string with the edge of the pick, as if it were a broom. I think that's how they came up with the name. That would be my guess.
See, I like what you're playing now because it's not your. It sounds like you're improvising blues shit, you know, instead of your modal stuff you play all the time. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff we don't like. A lot of our stuff is not blues.
No, I know. And I want one of those songs, Dave, please. When you guys play Saints of Los Angeles, I'm like, fuck yeah. On YouTube. Oh my God, that's such a great song you guys do.
Fun stuff. I mean, we have some stuff that's maybe a little bit more kind of roots type thing on this album, but it's just organic and it fits a little bit more bluesy vibe. But
yeah,
there's a lot more synthetic sounds on, more like a Rob Zombie thing going on, or Marilyn Manson. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
So one of our viewers asked a question: what location do you film your music videos at normally? She sees a lot of mountains in your guys' music videos.
Oh yeah, the mountains of what was that?
We went to Iceland on one, then another one was in New Mexico. This last one we went to two different deserts. One was in Imperial Dunes, and then one was Salton Peak. So it's like a lake that was salt, but it all dried up, so the ground is all white. Yeah, we found crazy places. I think that one is toxic, so you shouldn't eat the dirt in there. But yeah.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't eat the dirt either. Okay. Well, I have to compliment you again. Every time I listen to Alone, and then after the guitar solo and that arrangement after that, I cannot believe how high you get, Margarita.
Oh.
and you do it effortlessly, and it's like, what in the? It's like, okay, she can't go any higher, and then that part of that song, the projection and how high you are is just off the charts. It's insane.
I think on this album I hit a higher note. We figured
Higher?
it out. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
actually, yeah, if you listen to that video, you will hear it. Yeah, it's definitely highest. But, you know, I don't want to, like, just scream the whole song. Maybe just, like, one note at the end or something, just something to highlight. But, yeah, it's like, you know, if the song needs it. That's why I know a lot of our songs, like, the new ones are in B flat, just because that's one note I have to hit at the end. But, you know, it's one of those things where if the song needs it, just got to figure out how to make it happen. But yeah.
Well, it's
not easy.
It's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. You're such an amazing singer. I'm like, holy, I think you're great. And then you do something more that just elevates that level of greatness. It's insane.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And I got to say this to you. And what do you think of this? So when you start your songs out in the beginning in the intro, it's like you're an alto. But then when you get into the middle of the song and the guitar solos and then the bridge, you're just like fucking like 5 octaves at least higher than when you started. And it's like, oh my God. I mean,
yeah, you know, it's interesting because like when I started recording with Howard like last week, he has me singing the songs a little different than what I'm used to. Like, for example, you know, on Alone, you can tell, like in the verses, my voice kind of sounds a little airy, right? Like it's kind of softer, more diffused.
Yeah, right. Yeah, soft and airy, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like for example, the song I just recorded, he wanted to take a different approach because he said, we're making this for radio. We want to hit people over the head with it right away, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. So he's like, sing the verses like more, you know, stronger. So like, you know, the note didn't go up and I kind of struggled with it a little bit because it was very different for me. I'm like, you know, this is like so low for me. I can't like, you know, sing it loud. He's like, this is low for you. Like, you know, so for me, like that range, you know, it was a new experience to kind of like really push the lower voice and make it sound, you know, more, you know, powerful. And then in the chorus, there's like, you know, the high stuff is easy for me now. So now, like, the challenge was to make like the verses sound more punchy. And it actually turned out really cool. So, you know, it definitely is a new, not a style, but it's something that I haven't done before. So, yeah, I'm excited for it to hear it. It's going to be a little different, but same at the same time. So
what's the because is there any harmonies in the band besides you harmonizing with yourself?
No, not yet. I mean, it'd be cool actually. It'd be cool to have like a male voice. But,
yeah,
you know, I've never done before.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I mean harmonies. I mean, every time I hear harmonies, it's like Van Halen. You know, except Michael Anthony goes way high, but nobody can go higher than you, and you're the female voice. So yeah, if you had like a baritone or hitting a harmony, a third or what, you know, whatever. And I mean that would just be. I love. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, but harmonies are like a whole nother level for bands, and it's just not. It's not where it used to be or needs to be anymore. Not that you need it.
No, I'll tell you a secret. So,
okay,
like to be honest, in the past, like on Universe, we don't have much harmonies. And when we wrote this new album, like the songs, I didn't record that much harmonies. So when I started recording with Howard, and Howard is all about like huge harmonies. And actually, I struggled a lot because I had to even go higher than like the sound of the chorus to put the harmonies, and you know that was really hard. But then, you know, we just stacked ton of harmonies. But he said, like, oh, you know, most of the time, singers don't even sing the harmonies because, you know, these days they just auto-tune the lead vocal and they just put like 15 different harmonies from that one track. So it's just all out of tune. For example, like if you listen to Imagine Dragons or like, you know, those big radio songs, you know, everything is like really perfect. And, you know, it's just pretty much a machine. They take one voice and they just like quadruple it into like different harmonies. And it sounds huge, but it kind of like, it flattens it a little bit. So he made me sing all of them just to kind of keep the power, but at the same time make it sound like giant. So I haven't like heard the end version yet because he comps it all together later, but like we stacked it like crazy. So once you know, we have everything done, I'll send you a snippet just because you'll probably find it interesting. You know, we've never done that before. We've never had, you know, crazy harmonies and choruses. But yeah, it's just like, you know, these days the trick is just to take the lead vocal and, you know, auto-tune it to different keys.
Yeah, and then good luck with that in concert, right?
Well, yeah, concert, you know, everybody uses backing tracks these days, and it's normal now.
Really?
Otherwise, because people go to your show and they expect to hear what they hear on the album. And, you know, these days, people do so much in production that it would be impossible to reproduce unless you have like 200 people on stage.
Yeah.
So,
Do you know what? And here's the thing, you know, is like, I can't stand people like that. That, you know, listen to the album and expect the same thing in concert. And I don't know, I guess that's just me.
yeah.
Because the reason is what happens, you know, what your producer does with the music and like the harmonies. So I'm trying to explain this, not sound like an asshole.
I get what you're saying because, you know, you want to kind of hear that live experience, and it's a different thing than listening at home to a CD than going to a concert. You want it to be like very alive, and you know that's what we want too. So like we try to find a balance between the two. And like for example, at a show, like Dave goes off, you know, he plays solos a lot more than what you hear on the album. So a liberty in what we're doing, and we like try to like, you know, the energy is a lot different, right? Because you're like really pouring your soul into it and you're right there live with people. But at the same time, like we do use backing tracks just so all the keyboards are not going to be lost in all the sound. But we like, you know, we really, you know, play our part and, you know, try to, you know, create like the coolest experience. But, you know, I don't want to, yeah, like if we didn't have backing tracks, because like it would be impossible for me to play the keyboards and sing at the same time. I would probably die. But you know, I don't want to lose that. So, you know, my sister actually, I want to get her in the band so she could play the keyboards. And we do have 2 guitar players, so we could do it without, you know, if we have a little more people. So
Right. So like. Okay, so I'm trying to think of the other question. Actually, this is my other question. So what is it? So what is the difference between doing your recordings and being like doing your guys' concert? Like, how are you feeling getting ready to open up with 3 Days Grace?
yeah, I mean that's completely different just because, you know, when you're recording, you're so like meticulous about every little thing just because, you know, these days, like every tiny little mistake or whatever, it all picks up. So it's a different approach. You know, live, we already know, like when you're playing something live, you already know all the parts. The song's already written. So it's just all about like the emotion of the song and just kind of really connecting with people. And, you know, for me, that's the main thing is I kind of feed off whoever's in the audience and you kind of share that energy. But yeah, you know, I would like, I've never played in like a stadium before. Like last tour we did was Sonata Arctica in Europe. those were the biggest venues we played. And what I found is like the bigger the venue is, like we played some like 2,000, 3,000, and the stage is kind of far, and you can't hear anything on stage, and you can't really see people because of the lights. So it kind of feels like you're in a separate room or a separate place. And then you have like in-ears in your ear, so you can like sing on key just because the stage is really big and you won't be able to hear anything unless you have those in-ear monitors. So everything is really isolating. So at that point, you really, like for me, what works is I just kind of dive into the song and, you know, give everything to the audience, but I don't see them. You know what I mean? So I just kind of like, yeah, the music takes over at that point, and you know, you just try to just really, you know, give it your all, and then you know, you hear the crowd, and that kind of feeds you energy. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely you know, an experience of all in its own. But I don't know if it answers your question, but you know, we love playing live, so I'd be really excited to go.
Right. So the second part of that question is, you said you're getting ready to go on tour with 3 Days Grace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how are you feeling about that? Like, what is the feeling that you were getting ready to go on tour with a major band like 3 Days Grace?
Well, right now I'm just like waiting for the world to open up. I honestly, I haven't really thought about it just because, you know, we're so focused on finishing the album, and then we're just worried at the state of the world. Just, you know, things are kind of weird right now. You don't know when
it's perfectly normal. What are you talking about?
Shut up, Tim.
Hey, how about you come to California?
California, you know, like California.
Watch it. They live there. Be careful.
California in my state is.
He can say he can say whatever he wants. It's great. Okay, go ahead.
California in my mind is like right now the version of Fubart. If anybody knows what the hell that means.
The version of Mad Max. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, damn it, why? She is only the second person to fucking say that besides you.
Shh. What can I say? She's a smart lady.
You know, and like, here's my thing is like, I feel bad for everybody that literally lives in the state of California right now.
That's a shame too.
I own world right now. We go to the studio and then we, you know, escape to the desert, and it was fun. But you know, with these like vaccines that are rolling out, and that's kind of a disaster here. Like it seems like I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what happens, but I really hope that by the summer things are starting to, you know, get back to some sense of normalcy. But then, you know, when you have big venues, are people going to be there with masks? Are they going to have to social distance? Are they going to have to like lower capacities? Because that's not going to keep concerts alive, because venues need to make money, and having low capacity shows is very, very, you know, hard for venues to maintain. So I think it's going to go up. Like who knows?
Yeah, what's going to happen? And then you guys got to sell your merch, because a lot of people don't know bands make a lot of money off of that.
Right. That's where I was just getting ready to go with that too, is because a lot of bands' main form of money is, you know, is their album, but a lot of it also comes from merchandise.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, merch, you know, if we have like half capacity venue, then you still have the merch, and then travel costs are expensive. Like I know some bands from Europe are coming over like to record here, and you know, they're going to require, you know, vaccines. So I know some people are going to refuse that. Some people are going to not. Like, it's just, everybody is like on the opposite side of the fence, it seems like, on everything. And So I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see.
Right, and that was my next question for both of you: is like, how are you guys dealing with the? Let me reword this. How are you guys coping with the restrictions and shit you guys face in the state of California? Because I didn't even know you guys lived in California until Tim had me check what time it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live in we live in Los Angeles, at the center of all this craziness. But I mean, honestly, for us, we've been lucky that we were able to keep recording, and we're literally live in our own bubble. We do our thing. I mean, obviously, you go outside and, it's crazy. What's really sad is that a lot of like my favorite place to go, like I love like little coffee shops. I used to just like go and sit there and like work on computer on the band stuff. And like, these little coffee places, and then they're all closed down. Like a lot of these, like strip malls where people had like, mom and pop like businesses, really interesting little stores or whatever, they're all closed down. And now you see Amazon signs saying Amazon Superstore is coming. They're buying out everything. Of course, Walmart is open, so like everything is vacant except for Walmart and like Target and all the big businesses. So that's really sad to see. But for us, we're just kind of doing our own.
Right. So, like, are you guys like staying? Like, when you said like you guys are like kind of in a little bubble, are you guys staying together?
Yeah, I mean, we go to the studio. Well, yeah, we see the same people. I mean, when we filmed the video, that was kind of the first time where we were with like 15 other people. So, yeah, and they're a professional crew, so like they have to be careful and they have to get tested and like all that craziness. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, we haven't, we've just kind of just seen the producer, bandmates, and that's it. So.
All right, Dwayne, I've had this wonderful lady on here for an hour. Do you have another question or two before I start wrapping this up? Because I want to let these guys go.
No, sir, I do not. Guys, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to interview you guys, and I cannot wait to hear your guys' new album.
Oh, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Hey, it's good talking to you.
Hey, Dave. All right, so you guys want to plug the band, and then the final thing here is winding this down. So you can't really navigate like anybody can through all this horseshit that's going on, because they keep changing the plans, they keep doing this, they keep doing that. So you really don't even have any set concert dates or tour dates or anything, right? I mean, how could you?
No, we don't even really know when the album's going to come out, because, we want to release it when we have some shows, or at least an idea of when the shows are going to happen. So we're just kind of, we're creating content and waiting, pretty much, yeah.
All right. So you're on Twitter, right?
Yeah, we're on Twitter. We're everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Now I'm going to have to make a TikTok.
Oh my God. Are you going to do dancing?
I'm not. Well, huh?
Twerking? Are you going to twerk on there like everybody? What are you going to do on there?
I can never do stuff like that.
If you make a TikTok, I will follow you. I promise, because I have one.
There you go.
Cool. Yeah. Follow me. I don't know. We're probably just going to post like clips of the video. And then the main thing is for, because the music is going to be on TikTok, is for people to make videos to our songs. But yeah, I still don't really. I have been like off TikTok, so I don't know what it's about. Maybe you guys can educate me.
Not me.
That.
I can. Yeah, I can educate you on TikTok because I'm on the damn thing. So basically, with TikTok, it is you have your decent people and you have your trolls, just like everywhere else. Cool. But it's easy as hell to grow, and with you guys already being a band, like, having like an official Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, they give opportunities to like, I guess like, it's not endorsing, but it's, what the hell is this? Like Facebook monetization, I would guess, like how you get monetized by Facebook.
Yeah,
Like, you have opportunities like that to get verified and everything. And it's like you can make like 60-second clips, of it, and after you guys hit like 1,000 followers, you guys can start going live and, doing like Q&As and stuff like that. You can duet other people's videos. You can stitch other people's videos, which is where you take 5 seconds of their clip and then do your whole own thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, I mean, it's a really good platform to use, especially for bands. I think 3 Days Grace has one.
Yeah, they definitely have one. Neil is like, gotta make a TikTok. Fine.
Well, good luck with that. So I still can't figure it out. I think it's stupid, but I haven't really gotten into it because there's so many other media platforms out there to use. I mean, you guys are on YouTube with the videos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you can do what you want. You never know. You're probably gonna do one too many of them. Go, this is really cool. How did I live without this? I don't know.
I can live without it, but I guess can't now. I don't. Yeah, I'd rather just make music and tour.
Right. Yeah, make some videos and albums and jam and play live and go on tour and have a blast, man. You guys are really I think I've been a fan of you guys for what? It last 4 years, I think.
It's been we've known you for a long time, so we have yet to meet you, which would be really cool if that happens soon.
Well, I was going to meet you at the Denver show, and then COVID ruined everything.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
And then I'm in Florida now, so if you guys are going to come down here, but if not, and I got to drive, I'll drive to come see you. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we were going to have a Florida show too. So
awesome.
Yeah, Florida is always, a big market. So
absolutely.
I'm sure we'll see you there.
I told Tim if he ever gets tickets to one of your guys' show, he better get me one because I'm coming.
Of course, we'll get you tickets.
Yeah.
Where are you located?
I am in northeastern Ohio.
Oh, cool. Ohio. Nice. We've been there before.
Yeah, you're not missing nothing.
Not a damn thing besides snow.
She won't say that though. But I will. I don't.
You know what, Tim? Shut up.
Ohio is a shithole, or Cleveland for sure.
Will you stop? Just because you live in Florida does not mean you get to put down my state, you sunshine and ass every day.
I have been a gypsy the past 5-6 years, and I've lived in some shitholes myself. So I mean, I can say that.
Oh, you got 60 and sunny almost every day. I don't want to hear it.
No, not here. Here now. I'm not going anywhere. I'm probably going to die in the state. I'm not leaving. This is great.
That's why I was saying you get 60 and sunny, and 60 for you. It's barely even cold.
Yeah, it was 70 and sunny, but who's counting?
So. You know what? Shut up, Tim.
Okay, all right, listen. Let's let Margarita and Dave go. Hey, Dave, thanks a lot. Love the guitar playing, always.
Yeah.
And can't wait to meet you guys. And yeah, please get on tour like you have anything to do with it, because I want to see you guys live. I mean, the YouTube videos and the concert footage of what I watched, you guys put on a great show.
Thank you. Well, we're looking forward, and thank you guys for supporting us. And it's always a pleasure to speak with you. So, thank you.
Anything I can do, promote your band, play your music, I'm going to do it. I even played blocks of your stuff the other day, and I'm going to do it again. So,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Margaret, you guys take care, and can't wait till next time.
You guys too. Always a pleasure. All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Good night.
Mm-hmm. Good night.
So there you go. Isn't she sweet?
Man, she is a diehard sweetheart. And guys, right there was literally edge of paradise. Now, Tim, I did want to talk to you about something since they're off the air.
What?
So me and you have been talking literally the past couple days, and I'm going to drag us down a rabbit hole.
Well, wait. Is this anything to do with the interview, or now we're going into something?
No, this is to
Totally different.
do with the interview.
Oh, okay.
So because of you inviting me to listen to the band of Paradise, Edge of Paradise,
Mm-hmm.
I am literally sitting here on my phone downloading every song they have onto my phone. You have dragged me down a rabbit hole I could not get myself out of.
I'm telling you, and go all the way back to Mask, their original album, which Dave won't say it, or he might have if I brought it up again, but he kind of regrets making that album. And there's a song "Tail of the Gun" on there, and I love it. I love that song. And he's like, "Well, you're about the only one that does." And he goes, "I wish we never did that album." And I'm like, "Whoa." But you'll listen to the evolution of their sound in their band, and it's all good stuff. There's nothing bad there at all. Where'd you go?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm still in shock of literally how much of a sweetheart.
Oh, she's great.
She
That's
is.
the third time that I've interviewed her, and she is just a joy. I mean, I would talk to her for hours. The first time I interviewed her, I think it went almost 2 hours. And I'm like, and it was just her. And I'm like, Margarita, it's almost like 2 hours. She goes, "Are you kidding?" And I'm like, no. I mean, I could talk to that woman for forever about that kind of stuff, because she's such a great personality, a great vibe, and she's sweet and honest, and she's great. She's a great interview.
Right, and the fact that she said when she goes on tour, she'll even get us tickets.
Yeah.
Was like, she's a sweetheart. She is amazing. You can tell she is just open and honest with everything she says.
Mm-hmm.
She has, and even as an artist, she has provided a lot of insight. I don't think she knows this, but a lot of the things she said, even as an artist, she's provided a lot of insight. I think even me and Tim.
That's why I like talking to them in the behind the scenes stuff, because you don't know their thought process. All you see is them going out jamming and ending the show with an encore, or you listen to their album, or you watch their videos, but all the work and the thinking and the stress and the thought process and all that, nobody sees behind that. And she was very open to sharing that. And that's the kind of stuff that we need to hear, because these people bust their ass and they put their heart and soul into this stuff. And the chances of them not becoming successful, when she told me that they're touring with 3 Days Grace, I was like, oh my God, that is so fucking cool.
They're going to blow up automatically.
Oh yeah. Tour, opening them for them. Absolutely.
Opening. Yeah.
I'm excited for them. Like I said, I've been following them for 4 years. I met them on Twitter, and I'm like, hey, I like your music. Would you like to come on my show? She's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, whoa.
I was gonna ask her to sing live for us, but I wasn't pushing it.
Yeah. I was hoping Dave would get closer to the phone, put the phone by the amp, and fucking listen to him play. That would have been really cool. But
right, Pam, it's like we always become a fan of people's music because of Tim.
Why? Somebody saying that?
Pam.
Well, I would like to think, without sounding like a narcissistic asshole, that I can recognize talent. And when I heard them, I'm like, this band's going somewhere. And then same thing with Forever Still. But I got to get her on too. I don't know. She's being very elusive.
I would love to interview Ever Still.
Oh yeah, Maya is similar to Margarita, but Maya don't take any shit, and she is fucking like business. Think like Ivanka Trump.
Trump. Tim, that was a perfect nickname for her.
Ivanka Trump, like that. Very business, very, cut and dry right at you, but she's a sweetheart too, though. Don't get me wrong. She knows her shit. I would not mess with her. But what a great talent she is too. I'll try to get her on again, but she has an agency now or something, so I got to talk to her agent. Unlike Margarita, I got her fucking phone number, and I've never called it. I only texted her last time. I'm like, hey, are you guys coming on? After exhausting all the other instant messaging shit. And she goes, oh yeah. Well, so she called in like in 5 minutes. So that's how cool she is. I mean, it's awesome.
Right, you know, and it's like this, guys. If you want to check out Edge of Paradise, check them out on Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Go listen to them because I'm even going to start plugging the band on my own Facebook page. Just after talking to her, bro, and her giving us a lot of insight on how they write their music. You know what? You will admit, Tim, no band barely ever gives insight on how they write their music.
Nope. No, it's top secret because they don't want to give out the way they do things so nobody copies them. I mean, I get all that, but no, she's always honest and open about everything. It's awesome.
You know, and she is only the second artist I've ever did an interview with. You know, like when I went and seen Chris Tomlin, you know, a couple years ago, I got to go backstage and ask questions. Go
ahead.
And I've only been able to, you know, and just to hear how open and honest she was, just like him, it was just like, wow.
Yeah. No, she's great. And she's so talented. And I mean, it's like, oh my God. Here's a funny thing. Last time I interviewed him, I brought up Forever Still, and them and Edge of Paradise were supposed to tour together. They know each other.
Bro, to get both of them on at the same time would be amazing.
Well, and Dave said that last time. He goes, you should get Maya on with us. And I'm like, that'd be fucking awesome. And I only bring that up because Pamela brought it up in the chat room. I will work on that. I mean, that's what I would love to hear is those two do a duet or something.
Oh my God. The vocals on that would be fucking
insane.
Forever Still and Margarita. Oh my fucking my buddy just said that would be like an orgasm.
Yeah, well, it would be. I mean, those two. Oh, yeah, I don't even. It's giving me the chills even thinking about it.
And I think he just left He has Edge of Paradise playing on my fucking Xbox right now.
There you go.
It's the one he's playing alone.
There you go. I love that. It's my favorite song on that album right now.
Dude, she is beautiful too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's she is pretty. She's very pretty.
Pat just want to go, hey, mama.
Yeah. She's a great person and just, I mean, she's a joy to talk to. She's so sweet. I mean, I love talking to her. So. But that's enough of that. I want to keep this professional. So she's just a joy to Yeah.
So, Tim, can I go off of the interview for a minute?
Yeah, real quick, and then I'm gonna go because quite honestly, I gotta pee here. So go ahead.
You know what? I'll just wait till my show and see if you pop on.
What time?
They're gonna be like here. I'm gonna go on about like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Let me do that and gather my composure here, and then upload everything so everybody can share it and go from there. So,
all right. I'm going to back out of here, Tim. I love you guys. Catch the Night Talk here at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with Tim Parsons and co-host TLO. And I will see you guys later.
All right. All right, guys. So thanks for listening. I love doing interviews, and I love doing them. The only interview, well, I shouldn't say that. I haven't interviewed anybody but bands. I'm working on some other stuff. But I would love to do that. But for now, I just love it. Hopefully it was informative. You enjoyed it. There is no script. It was all just open questions. And that's the way I do my interviews, regardless of who they am. So hopefully a little bit of insight. But what a great band, Edge of Paradise. I really think they're going to kick it up after touring with 3 Days Grace. I think that's going to be awesome. That just might be the catalyst they need to get into the mainstream limelight, and I hope they do. So check them out. They're on YouTube with their videos, Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming services that are on them. Check them out, and check out their videos again on YouTube because they're nice to watch. All right, so I want to thank Margarita, Monet, and Dave Bates from Edge of Paradise for coming on. Check them out, share the show, share the band, play the shit out of the music. I don't care what any record executive or company says. You need to get this shit out so people can get exposed, because otherwise it ain't going to happen. All right. So thanks for listening to me. Thanks to Dwayne for being co-host. And I really hope you enjoyed the show. You have been listening to the original Red Pill Show.